And this is the HIGH-5 podcast, HIGH-5 After Dark. I'm your host, Malcolm from Malcolm&Mary. And today we're going to rock and roll with some lovely products as always. And we have Miss Wendy and Brograss joining us. I want to get started with you two first. What might we be indulging tonight on the podcast?
I am going to be smoking the God Bud Terp crystals from Primo.
Okay. And that God Bud Terp crystals from Primo, that's a top shelf dab, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, heck yeah. I've only had one thing from Primo, the berry blue that we got as a sample, and that was wonderful. I liked it at least. It doesn't take much concentrate for me to get going, but yeah. Have you tried that company before, Miss Wendy?
I have. This is the second one I've tried from them, but I can't remember for the life of me what the other one was.
Which means it was great. There you go.
Right.
Okay. Okay, and then Brograss, what do we have you trying tonight?
Trying some herb from Mama J's.
Okay.
The Neapolitan Mintz. I don't know if we've had this strain in the shop before or not.
I've actually never smoked Neapolitan Mintz before. So I'm intrigued. That's interesting. You gotta definitely let me know what the what you think that first smell is. I myself I'm going to be diving into, I've had this once before already, but I'm going to go back to the Miracle Whip number 3. The Miracle Whip number 3 is from Cedar Creek. Got that little guy there. A nice middle tier farm. Cedar Creek is known for delivering, you know, and the Miracle Whip is definitely a nice rendition of that. We haven't done it on the podcast, so I definitely want to get one going. What's up, Z? How are you?
All right, how you doing?
Good. Welcome to the party. We're doing lovely. We've introduced what everybody's trying. What do we have here? A sangage.
Guerilla Dawg.
Nice. Okay. And that's from Bondi.
Yep.
Okay. Nice. And a sangage. Oh.
Sangage.
Okay, some of the Guerilla Dawg now. As we're starting to go around and try these yummy little treats, Miss Wendy, what is that bud or concentrate smelling like so far? Can you get a smell off of that? The last thing I had from Primo had a very stank smell.
It smells really fruity, like tropical fruit,
Okay.
with a little bit of pine behind it.
Okay. Is there a fruit leading the way? Maybe more passion fruit, more papaya, maybe
pineapple.
More pineapple. Nice. Okay.
I think it's pineapple.
Okay. And now, Brograss, I'm so anxious. What did that Neapolitan Mintz smell like?
I definitely had, I think, I'm looking up the crosses of Neapolitan Mintz. Can't see anything. I think it's a strain by Mama J's. It's a hybrid. But the smell is definitely, it's got the minty side and then, but it's creamy as well.
Huh.
So like super creamy.
Okay.
Really nice flavor. Or smell.
Creme de menthe.
Yeah, a little bit like that. But not as minty, more in the creamy aspect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Does the name recollect right now? Would you say that name is accurate so far from what you smell?
Yes, absolutely. It's definitely named properly.
Nice. Okay. And as I jump into this, I've got the Miracle Whip number 3 from Cedar Creek. This smells more like sour diesel than sour diesel, to be completely honest. This is 1,000,000,000% gas. And like, you know how like there are certain strains that are gassy. Like Primus, for instance, is gassy, but it's also cheesy. You know what I mean? It's also funky. This is like just gassy. Literally just gasoline. Like it's gassy and like hay. So like it's just like the definition of sour diesel. Like there's nothing else. Like it smells like you poured gasoline on like grass trimmings. That's literally what this smells like. And this was just a gram. And now I'm at like 0.75 grams, if that. because like I said, I tried some of this already. It is like, this is smell. I smell it from here. 1,000,000,000%. And that's not even a gram. You know what I'm saying? It's so loud. This is the definition of loud. And for those folks who are watching, for those who don't know what loud means, when I say loud, that means the smell of the aroma. The aroma is very, very, very loud. It's speaking to me. And then where I come from, we would say, is she talking right? You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to find out, because the nose knows, that's for sure. All right. Now, Z, as you open that, what was this? The Guerilla Dawg.
Guerilla Dawg.
What's that? Is it more stank than it was in the boxes and jars?
It's like in your face sweet pine when you open it up.
Ooh. Okay, sweet. That means it's more sweet than diesel?
It's very piney, like it's like sweet pine.
Nice. Okay. Scale of 1 to 10, how much diesel?
2.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Nice. Okay. That's catching my attention. How is the texture on that, Jay?
It's a little bit dry, but it's not too bad.
Okay. I feel
It's
the
kind
same
of,
way.
It's a lighter bud. Like it's
Okay.
not super dense.
Move your hand to the other side. There you go.
There we go. It's a lighter bud. It's not super dense. It's got some give to it.
Right, but it's still bouncing back. It's not collapsing or anything.
Yeah, it's not super dry. It's just kind of dry. It's a good
Okay.
amount of dry. It's like
Okay.
It's not a complaining amount of dry.
Yeah, no. Hey, we're smoking dried herb. It's cured herb. It should definitely be dry. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, definitely. I would say the same about this Miracle Whip too. It's not too dry. It feels just right. It feels just right. I'm gonna see how it burns. If I go to light it and it just disappears, then I'll have a problem. But for now, we're good. We're on good terms. Good job, Cedar Creek, so far. To be continued. Yeah, and as I break this up, it's not even changing any flavor. It's completely gas. It's still completely gas. My knuckles look ashy. They probably are. Okay, now, Brogress, you're rolling that up first.
Yeah.
Same. I'm putting these in the quarter size raw, 1 1/4 size raws. You see it, smaller joints.
Nice.
They're tiny, no longer, or than my pointer finger. But these are some of my favorites. Some of my favorite raws to roll. They've got. Oh, you rolling with the OCBs?
Yep.
I like OCB. I like OCBs too. The only reason I would say I like raw, they got the watermark. You know what I mean? That's that zigzag and crosshatch pattern. It burns really even, and I like raws because the glue strip actually sticks. I don't need to lick it a billion times. And their papers are tough. They're tough papers. You know what I mean? So I can fiddle with it, mess with it as much as I want, and they don't rip. You know what I mean? Papers are very fragile, especially once they're wet. So I like raws in particular. They come in a king size too, you know. But I like raw. Big shout out to raw. Go ahead and send me 9,000 of those, please, raw. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, and then, Brogress, are you using a filter in that OCB?
Yeah. Excuse
Nice.
me. More of like a crutch. I just take like random pieces of like, this is actually from a vape box. And I just cut little pieces and make the crutch up.
Nice. And by crutch, he's talking about some of these filters. And for those people who can't get these filters, all this is literally just a piece of paper. Literally. And you can buy them separately. They're a little bit thicker than your average piece of paper. It's kind of like cardboard. So you can make that with anything, as he's showing you guys. You can literally rip this up and use it as a filter. You just want something firm at the end of your joint. So as you are putting your lips to it, it's kind of like a mouthpiece on a cigarette almost, that kind of head. Yep. We call it a filter, just like it's a filter on a cigarette. It definitely gives it a nice support for your lips, and it makes sure that when you press down on it to take a hit, the paper doesn't rip from the wetness of your lips and with the soft flour on the inside. It's nice. And I also like filters because they kind of hold the weed in place a little bit when you're rolling it. If you roll it the way that I roll it, you know what I mean? Speaking of which,
When are we having that rolling competition?
You know what? I'm starting to think people are scared. had a whole bunch of trash talk at first, and then nobody seems like they're ready for it. But you know what, Miss Wendy, we'll have to put that in motion. I'm gonna do that on the very next show, with or without them.
I will participate. If I can find my stuff, I will participate.
Okay, excellent.
Because I have a different kind of technique. I roll cones from scratch.
Aha. Okay. And by from scratch, you mean you take a regular paper, make it a cone, and then fiddle with that?
I basically take a regular paper and wrap it around a cone-shaped filter.
Aha.
And it creates the cone shape. Then I
Okay.
stuff it, twist it at the end.
Now, would you say this is a better alternative for people who are trying to learn how to roll? Would you say that?
Perhaps. I'm not very good at rolling, but it's easier than rolling by hand.
Okay, there you go.
And it gives me a little fatter joint than if I use a roller.
Got you. And I will say that too. Cones are a great way to really stuff and get a lot of size in there.
Yeah.
It's very true. Very, very
and
true.
I like my flavored papers, so I can make cones out of flavored papers.
Aha. Okay, now we're talking. There you go. That's the exclusive. Okay, I like that. I will say I don't smoke out of flavored papers as much as I, have had experience with them compared to the regular raws. But yeah, cones are a great way to go, especially if you are sharing with others and you want to, like you said, pack that to the brim. Because as you can see it, I rolled this one by hand, but I'm not going to be able to get any more really in there until I seal it. And then once I seal it, I don't want to mess with it too much. But Z, I hear you coughing. How are those first hits?
They're nice.
Nice.
It's tasty.
Okay, what's that flavor like?
Yeah, let me do it again.
Yeah.
Nice and fresh and clean. Got a little bit of zing to the smoke.
Okay. Now, is this good zing or like potency zing or maybe like a little harshness zing?
No, it's like a good zing. It's like that kind of back of your throat zing.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Like this kind of right up here.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, but it's not harsh. Like I'm not really coughing like like some of this stuff would make me cough.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty tasty so far. I've already got some like euphoria going on.
That was fast.
Well, I started a little early.
Yeah.
The truth reveals.
I love that. I love that. Okay. And
I like this mix though, like the Gorilla Glue, like you've got some of that like body and sort of spaciness, but then the Chem Dog like kind of gives it more energy and makes it more just kind of like you're in another land.
Nice. Okay. All right. Nice. Chem Dog definitely does pack a punch, so I like to hear that.
I love Chem Dog.
I like to hear that it's not too watered down because of the Gorilla Glue. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it balances really nice.
Wonderful. Okay, nice. All right. And then, Douglas, did we get puffing on that yet? Oh, he is.
Flavor is really nice. After sparking it, the like minty, I think the mint side, isn't mint like kind of clovey a little bit, like a little spice?
Yeah.
So I got that. And then like the creaminess kind of like reminds me of like the papaya or like grape flavor in some strains. So it's got that like nice full flavor, but like definitely, I think you described like a creamy flavor, you know?
Okay, so ice cream is very accurate in that case.
Yeah. And it is really smooth. It is very easy to hit.
Nice.
Really?
And I'm not a numbers guy at all. And this has, I believe, a test of like only 12% total THC and 14% total cannabinoids.
Nice.
So far it's creeping in, so I haven't gotten the full effect of the high yet, but I think I'm going to be recommending it.
Nice. And we love to see that. Not paying attention to percentages.
So smooth. It is very smooth and very tasty. Definitely
Nice.
give it good props on those aspects.
Gotcha. And that's Mama J's, right? Mama J's and Neapolitan Mintz from them.
Yes, yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay.
I just picked
How
up
was the
a
moisture on that,
gram of
Brian?
their.
What's that, Zane?
How was the moisture on that?
It's really fair. Like,
Yeah.
I would say it's got crunch, but doesn't fall apart.
Oh, nice. Got some give to it.
I'd say it's cured nice.
Cool.
We'll see how it is. I usually have to smoke it in a bowl next and, see how the ash kind of burns.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then Miss Wendy, I saw you taking some dabs. How was
Yeah.
those? How were the first hits?
Very relaxing, yet still sociable. I feel a little chatty,
Okay.
so I'll try not to be too long-winded. But the flavor, when I hit it, you definitely get a lot of the pine flavor.
Okay.
But it's very smooth, very chill.
Okay. Now, when you take the dab, this was a cold start dab, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. Okay. Okay. And are we smoking with the pearls in there as well?
I have one little pearl in there. You can
So
hardly-
you
I don't
only
think you
do
can see it.
you only do one single pearl.
I have a fairly small banger. You can put as many as you want. I don't feel the need to have more than one myself.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
I have several floating around places. They're easy to lose.
I love that floating. Pearls and floating. But okay. Now, would you say that has taken, and what strain is this again? Remind me.
God Bud.
Okay. God Bud's typically a heavier indica. Do you feel as though, although you're social, or maybe you might not know yet because it's so early on in the contest, but I was going to say, do you feel any immediate relaxation or sedation? I know that dabs can tend to hit a lot faster.
Yeah, I do feel a lot more relaxed. Muscle tension has faded away significantly. Brain processing power also reduced, but that's not new for me.
Okay. Okay. Now, in perspective, would you say that this is something you would wake up and dab, or no, this is strictly for after shift?
Oh yeah, this is end of the day. I mean, unless you want to waste a day doing nothing, which no judgment, I've done that a time or two. If you want to spend the day on the couch watching cartoons, this is a great strain for that.
Perfect. That is a good day. That's a great day. Okay. Okay. All right. I love that. Okay.
But I still feel like I could play video games too, though.
Nice.
Okay. So you think it's stimulating to an extent where you can keep up. You can have hand-eye coordination. You still have your wits about you.
I can keep up with my brain. I as long as it's a sedentary activity.
Oh. Okay. So you wouldn't recommend for, like, how should I say, more professional activities?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Sit on your butt and play video games, kind of.
Nice. Okay. And what dab is that again? That's from Inhale?
Primo.
Sorry. Primo. Okay. God Bud from Primo. Nice. Okay. Hell yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'll have to check back in with you and see if that gets a lot more. Oh, and what was that consistency like? Was that a more saucy dab, or you said they were the terp crystals?
They're terp crystals. Really well put together. Like I can hold the jar upside down, nothing's gonna fall out. Nice terp to crystal ratio.
Nice. Is now when you say that, what do you prefer for that ratio? Do you prefer more crystals? Do you prefer more sauce?
I really like it to be an even mix. I don't want it to be too saucy, but I don't want it to be too dry either. Especially when I use my electric nectar collector. If it's too dry, it just sucks right up in there. If it's too wet, you don't get a good melt point. So I really like that in between consistency.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. Wonderful. All right. Okay. Well, I will have to check back in with you in just a moment to see how that high has progressed. I'm very interested to see how this keeps going because God Bud and all the flour that I've had it is definitely more of a like drowsy experience for me. So I'm happy to see that it's treating you a little bit differently so far. So far. But Brogress, have we started trying that out of the glass yet?
Yeah, I'm smoking out of a pipe now.
Ooh, okay.
Same flavor profiles. It's kind of a creeper high. It's like, it's definitely indica hybrid through the body, kind of like weighing me down a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. And I will say it burned very well and it burned very fast. I've only ashed this twice. So that says a lot. You know, this is, you know, what we're working with. I don't have too much left. But I don't think that this is the best flour to roll. Zane, this is actually a little bit too dry. It's like 10, 15% too dry. And I know that because when I try to roll it, it doesn't want to sit still. Like the duct tape, as soon as it's ground up and I put that in the J and press it the slightest bit, it don't move. It doesn't move. Literally sticks together and it doesn't move. This is where rolling technically can tell you a lot about your weed. I put this in there, it's sliding back and forth. I had to keep going over and over again. Brian been done took 10 hits before I even finished rolling mine. You know what I mean? So I definitely think that this burns very well, but you would have to stuff it. I would recommend doing what Wendy did or doing, you know, buying cones if you are buying this. I wouldn't recommend rolling this. I can roll this and pearl it and have no problem. Like still cherrying still as a roach. You know what I mean? I didn't have to relight this once. You know what I'm saying? So it is possible, but you could save yourself a headache. And because God forbid, if I was on a date or if I was at a party and couldn't see, you know what I'm saying, and needed good weed to roll when I, you know, I needed to rely on the weed to help me out, this wouldn't have helped me out. That sounds crazy, but people who roll weed know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. Okay, but Z, how has your experience progressed? I need to know about that. What is that glue? What was that? Glue Dawg, Guerilla Dawg?
Gorilla Dog, or Gorilla Dwag as it was originally put out.
That'd be a scary animal.
I like the second one better.
Gorilla Dwag. Sounds like Elmer Fudd saying Gorilla Drag.
Gorilla Dwag.
Gorilla Dwag.
Dwag.
I'm feeling more glue effects as it progresses. Like the Chem Dog starts off early, but then the glue kind of starts to become a little more prominent. It gets a little bit more chill.
Okay. Would you say you're preferring the glue aspects of it right now, or do you think that you want to go back to what you once were?
No, I'm happy with where it's going, but I usually like the more sedentary stuff. But like I like the strain though. Like my head's still focused. There's a lot of euphoria with it, which is kind of fun.
Okay. Okay. What activity could you see yourself doing next?
Gaming.
What was that?
Gaming.
Nice.
Yeah, whipping out
Nice.
the Civilization 6 on my Xbox and nerding out for a while.
Nice. That's okay. You know what? I gotta say I'm with you there. I feel like I could totally game off of this too. I could totally game off of this. I definitely. Okay, now, when you are gaming, are you gaming with others? Are you doing a story mode?
No, I do a lot of strategy, usually against the computer.
Okay,
Like,
so this is you mean to tell me that this strain would allow you to even be great at strategizing in that kind of game, like
yeah, the games I play, they usually take like 12 14 hours to complete, and you're a civilization playing against a bunch of other civilizations, and there's a lot of bells and whistles to it. But yeah, I can definitely I can keep enough focus in this with this stuff to, go in and build my civilization and tweak where I need to. And
Okay. Wow. Okay. So that's intense. I would say that is good for focus. I think I would need to focus if I had to do all of those things. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's awesome. But that's crazy.
But I'm also
okay.
relaxed enough that, I just feel pretty good too.
Okay, nice. It's making you feel happy. It's making you smile. I like that. Okay. I gotta say, this is. I would have to also agree on that. This one's definitely making me happy. It's very easy for me to smile. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I keep having a reminder to smile in my head, going like, Malcolm, make sure you smile. So I like that for that reason.
Chicken parm always makes me smile.
I could use one of those. Can we have a chicken palm filter that just so I go?
We need a chicken parm sponsor for the podcast.
Could you imagine? I guarantee you that place with the terrible review would do it. They'd be like, get us better reviews. I'm like, I'm gonna knock on the door like, I have a way in which to get your business. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know. We're both tough critics, though.
Yeah, this is true. East Coast on the podcast, as always. But, okay, Miss Wendy, I see that you were holding up that glass. Can you hold it up for us one more time?
The what now?
The glass. I think it looks great, lovely, clean glass as well, from what I can see. Okay, so ready, Miss Wendy? Get into this for the ladies and gentlemen, the little children, dogs, and the cats. What about that glass do you thoroughly enjoy? What is your favorite thing about that glass?
Besides the fact that it is my most favorite color.
It is a radical, awesome color.
It's beautiful.
Did you pet it?
Yeah, I stroke it a little. Leave me alone.
The precious.
The precious. My favorite part about this is the reclaim catch on my rig. There's a built-in reclaim catch right here. So the oil drips down into the puck instead of getting in my water. Yeah, you do. You absolutely do.
Okay, so ready? Is that typical of a dab rig? Is that something that separates a dab rig from a bong?
A bong would not have one of those, but not all dab rigs have those.
Gotcha. Okay. And by bong, I'm referring to a water pipe, that uses slits for percolation and water filtration for the smoke. And we're going to do a special glass episode just in general on water filtration, because that's something I thoroughly enjoy as well. I'm a glass freak. And I really like glass, and I haven't spent money on it in a long time, and I'm proud of myself, because that was becoming a problem. Look, Wendy's like, speak for yourself.
You don't work at the glass shop.
I could never. It's funny, they were like, Malcolm, you're ready for your training in the glass shop? I was like, I probably shouldn't. I just probably shouldn't, because I was like, mine got postponed. It's a good idea. But yeah, and then so now out of that rig. Hold that up for the people just one more time. It seems quite petite.
Yes.
How tall is a rig like that?
It's about 5 to 6 inches tall.
Okay, top to bottom. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed there's not many flower bongs that are short like that. And this has to do with the type of smoke that is different, when you're dabbing a concentrate. You kind of want it quicker and not to travel for such a long distance. Would you say that you prefer, and I've seen them even smaller than that. What is your take on that? What is the preferred height?
Pretty much anything can be either for flower or for dabs, but the determining factor is, yes, the smaller rigs are typically for dabs because, like you said, shorter distance, longer distance, it's just more opportunity to grab onto that vapor before it gets into your lungs. Bigger bongs, you want to cool the smoke. But it really just comes down to what's right here. If you put a flower bowl right here, you could smoke flower through this. But it's just a matter of what people are looking for. It's a matter of personal preference. You know, some people prefer nectar collectors because of their ease of use.
Right.
You know, some people prefer gravity bongs. You know, it's
shout out
nothing
to
wrong.
those people.
There's just a million ways to consume your cannabis, and all of them are legitimate.
Okay, definitely. Yeah, we praise them all. People smoking out of apples. I see y'all out there. Hot knife hits. I see y'all. People smoking out of chicken palms.
My old roommate and I destroyed so many butter knives doing knife hits.
I feel like a knife hit would burn my mustache off.
Not if you do it right.
This is true. And then Brograss, I see you've got your tall glass. Now this is what we were referring to when we say a bomb. Using water filtration, it's a much taller height compared to Miss Wendy's and Z's that he had holding up. Like that, right? Much taller. Beautiful pieces as well on display. Gotta love it. Do you know the maker of that glass, Brian? Is that a logo on the front?
AMG, American made glass.
Oh, gotta love it. I love a nice AMG. Thick glass. Great company. I have 2 AMG glass pieces. Gotta love AMG glass. Why is thick American-made glass important to you, Brian? What do you like most about American-made glass?
Well, I like the quality it feels. I do like heavier glass.
There's a difference.
Yeah, I feel like it maybe lasts a little over time. Like, I'm not accident prone and I rarely ever break glass, but you know, over time and wear and heat and stuff, there are some of the thinner glasses I feel like would break maybe sooner than like a thicker one.
Okay. I just knocked on wood for you too.
Better insight to that.
Okay. I definitely just knocked on wood for you too. You're like, I don't break glass often, and I was like, okay, no worries, knock on wood.
Don't tempt the fates.
Awesome. And I would also definitely have to agree. You know, it's funny when you hold like a non-as quality glass compared to American made glass or like a nice bracelet glass. It's such a different energy coming from it. Like, it's crazy different. It's interesting when you have them side by side.
And then there's the Red Skull bong.
Yes, is that silicone or is that glass?
Silicone.
Nice. Hell yeah, I like that. I don't think I've ever seen a silicone skull. That looks like what's that Futurama character?
And it's
Bender.
The robot. It looks like
a little bit.
It actually pops in half so you can clean it.
Yes. And silicone.
Oh, and the nicest thing about silicone is that you can, when you need to clean it, you pop it in the freezer for half an hour and then whack it on the counter and everything just falls out of it. It's beautiful.
That's why I like silicone a lot.
I've never heard of that.
Yep.
It's so easy to clean.
Wow.
If you stay on top of it.
Right. Okay, so ready? How far is not on top of it?
Time period, it depends on how much you're using it, but if it doesn't come out after freezing it, then it's been too long.
Okay. You heard it there. There you have it.
I mean, clean your bongs once a week.
Right.
Especially if you're using them daily.
Or flour residue, or both?
Flour residue.
Okay.
Dab is a little different.
And the longer they wait, the
harder
what's the word? The harder it's going to be to clean. So that's definitely a big preach. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all are cleaning up after yourselves when you're using your glass.
Cleaned this yesterday.
Nice.
Just a little bit of.
What element did you use to clean it?
I used Randy's Black Label.
Nice. Shout out to Randy's. You know why I like Randy's Black Label? This is my thing. Okay, I'm about to go on a little bit of a rant. This is my
What is
thing.
Randy's Black Label?
It's a cleaning solution for glass.
Let me show you. It is
Yeah.
this stuff.
So do you
Yes.
squirt it on, or is it like you put it on a rag and?
I just dump it inside. You
Uh-huh.
shake it up because it's got this stuff in the bottom. You
Okay.
shake it up.
Abrasive.
It's abrasive, yeah.
Ah,
But not so abrasive that it scratches your glass, but it grinds the residue off. So then you just have to rinse it out. I put it in there and then I cap it with my res caps and then I shake the crap out of it for like
Or
2
wine
minutes.
quarts.
Does
If
that
you have
does
wine
that work
quarts,
any?
those work too.
Yes, they
Does
do.
that work? Sorry. Does that work better than like the 90% rubbing alcohol and salt?
It works about the same, but
Okay.
ISO has been hard to come by because of the
I'm having that
pandemic.
problem. Yeah.
So we have kept a steady supply of Randy's Black Label at HIGH-5 Supply.
I think I could use some of that since I can't find rubbing alcohol anywhere.
Right. It just takes just a little bit of it. You don't have to. I put this much of it in the bottom and then I cap it, shake it, rinse it, and I'm good. It takes less than 5 minutes to clean.
Yep. Yeah.
And if you have a pipe, all you do is you put a pipe in a Ziploc bag. Let that sit for a minute, shake it. It's beauty.
Yep. And as you are using the cleaning solution, you'll see it working. It goes from light blue to a black, and you'll be like, okay, I know it's going. There's stuff in there. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can't really see inside pipes. So especially if it's a colored pipe, you don't know if it's dirty on the inside. So, out of sight, out of mind, but always remember to get that in that plastic bag and shake it up if you have a colored pipe and you can't see through the inside. Also, that element being inside of the cleaning solution, the abrasive, that's something very typical of cleaning solutions. However, my main thing about Randy's, why I really like them as a company, theirs doesn't stink like strong alcohol or strong bleach. It's pleasant enough that, yes, it's still, strong. It does have an alcohol smell to it. But it's not like kill you like isopropyl is. Because sometimes like you're going and then especially once it gets all the gunk out, when you lift out the corks or whatever, it's like hits you. You know what I mean? That can really hit you sometimes. So I like Randy's because it's not offensive with its odor.
Does it have like does it leave like an after smell that's kind of pleasant? Because like I know with the rubbing alcohol, it kind of stinks afterwards.
It doesn't leave anything. It just if you rinse it afterwards, there is nothing.
Neutral. Yep. And that's
All
the
right.
best part because anything left, I make sure that there's no smell because you don't want anything lining it. You want to make sure it's cleaned out, completely cleaned out. You know what I mean? I don't want to inhale anything of my cleaning solution. You know what I mean? Right. Definitely. Okay. So, thank you, Miss Wendy. Yeah. Lovely little glass little jump in there. Wendy's the glass all-star. If y'all didn't know, now you know. And we're at 4 minutes. We've got 4 people. Let's do this round. All right, Miss Wendy, we're gonna start with you. I need the roundup on the GMO. I'm sorry, God Bud.
It's Primo Cannabis's God Bud terp crystals, and they have treated me very well. I feel like I think I took 4 dabs. I could be higher. But I'm in a good space, so I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay, nice. Okay, 8 out of 10. Okay, would you buy it again?
Yeah, I probably would.
Okay, nice. All right, Brograss, let's get to it. What do we think about that Mama J's Neapolitan Mintz?
It is definitely a creeper. Like, you know, I smoked it, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna pack some more, smoke some more. I kept going on, and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, I'm high. Like, so I'd say really nice, like heavy down through the legs, my feet, I'm feeling it. Really nice, and like kind of like a kind of like I wouldn't play a strategy game like Zane said. I would play something more like just Mario, just something where you can just play and have fun and be silly.
Nice.
That was awesome.
So I would give it.
Okay.
I'd give it like a 7.5, and I'd purchase it again.
Lovely. Nice. Okay. Okay.
And I would say ignore the numbers.
Always.
There you go. We'll say it every day. Literally every day. Literally every day. It's all about the experience. Okay, Z, what do we think? How was that? Would we try it again?
Yeah, I'd try it again. I give it about an 8, I think.
Okay.
It's a nice balance. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Okay. All right, and 8 is, and this was the Guerilla Dawg. Now,
Guerilla Dawg.
How did it?
Now the
also, I forgot
Silver
to ask
Fox was a 9, but this is an 8.
Same farm Bondi.
Yeah, same farm Bondi.
Okay, I forgot to ask you this. How did it break up?
It broke up just fine.
Really fluffy, or was it like a more like a sand?
Sort of fluffy, and it kind of sticks together. I don't know if you can see it.
Nice.
But like
okay.
I can make a little ball out of it, and it'll turn into a chunk.
Nice. Perfect for rolling. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. All right. Okay. Lovely. And an 8. I think that's fair. Solid. Definitely solid. Okay. And then last but not least, we have the Cedar Creek, the Miracle Whip number 3. My filter's all crazy, but the Miracle Whip number 3. It was lovely. I really like it. It's happy. It's fun. It's definitely engaging. It's sour diesel. It's a sativa dominant hybrid, and it feels like one. You know what I mean? It's all about the terpenes. Like I said, I couldn't say it any more than that. It is a little bit more of a poker face vibe, like I said. Gasoline strains. Now you'll hear me say this 9 billion times. I said earlier, I have to keep reminding myself to smile. The gasoline strains give me a poker face, and it makes it look like I'm not having a good time. Like it lowers my eyes. If I just let my face go right now, it looks like this, and I look like a zombie. When really I feel like this, but it doesn't look like that. So I just kind of have to keep reminding myself to smile. That's all I have to say. But yeah, very good. I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. And that says a lot because I don't care for diesel-oriented strains. They're not my most favorite because I don't like the poker face. But yeah, lovely. Cedar Creek, you did a lovely job. You did a great job.
And would you buy it again?
Huh?
And would you buy it again?
I would definitely purchase this again. Well, actually, okay. I'll tell you, okay, ready? I'll go back on my words. I wouldn't purchase this again only because there are other things that aren't diesel oriented that need to be tried. That's the only reason why. Those are always going to come first.
That makes sense.
And there's a possibility of Hindu Kush maybe in my future, so we shall see. But yeah, we are, and it seems like just like that. We're at closing time. It's closing time. But much thanks to you all for coming out and watching us, and thank you, lovely gentlemen and ladies, for coming out and rocking and rolling with me. We'll see you all next time. I am high out of my mind. Like it's even hard for me to like do a conclusion or a social in general. But yeah. Best wishes to you all. Until next time, Miss Wendy, I'm gonna make sure we do that rolling competition as well. That needs to be a thing.
We got to do it.
Okay, deal. We'll do it next time.
All
See
right.
you next time.
See you guys next time. Good night, guys.
You guys
Have a good one.